Hidden deep within an uncharted region, Mount Kyash defies explanation. Compasses go haywire near its base, climbers report strange sensations, and some even claim to lose time itself. Despite its modest height, this mountain has baffled explorers for generations. Are you ready to uncover its secrets? Mount Kyash stands as an enigma, its form defying nature. From one angle, it appears as a perfect cone. From another, it resembles a massive, precisely carved pyramid. Unlike other peaks, it seems to have resisted erosion, maintaining its sharp, symmetrical structure. Throughout history, civilizations have revered pyramid-like shapes, believing them to channel energy and connect the earthly with the divine. Some speculate that Kyash could be more than a natural formation, possibly linked to lost civilizations or even theories of extraterrestrial influence. While no definitive evidence supports these ideas, they continue to spark curiosity and debate. Whatever the truth, Mount Kyash remains a mystery. Its shape challenges explanation, its past is steeped in legend, and its purpose is unknown. Yet those who stand before it cannot help but wonder, was it shaped by nature or something yet to be understood? If Mount Kyash is truly hiding something, what do you think it is? An ancient alien structure, a lost civilization, or something even stranger? Drop your theories in the comments. Yet, as fascinating as its shape may be, those who dare to climb it face something far more terrifying, an experience that seems to defy the very nature of time itself. For centuries, mountains have tested human endurance. Everest, the tallest peak, has been conquered by thousands. But Mount Kyash, far shorter mountain, is surrounded by mystery and fear. In the late 20th century, Siberian climbers attempted to ascend it, despite a previous expedition disappearing without a trace. No remains, no equipment, just unanswered questions. Determined to investigate, they pressed on. What they found was beyond explanation. Hours into their climb, their bodies began to change. Hair lengthened, nails extended, skin became unusually aged. At first they dismissed it as altitude sickness, but as they observed one another, their concern deepened. The changes were real. The mountain was affecting them. Alarmed, they retreated. As soon as they left the slopes, the effects stopped. But their ordeal wasn't over. In the following months, their health declined at an unusual rate. Doctors found no illness, just an unexplained rapid aging process. One climber later reflected on his condition, saying, "I was in Kyash, my body changed, I just became weaker." Exactly 1 year and 21 days later, the last surviving team member passed away due to complications linked to aging. How could physically fit climbers experience such dramatic changes in months? Scientists remain puzzled. Some suggest Mount Kyash is not a natural formation, but an artificial pyramid, possibly built by an ancient civilization. But who created it, and for what purpose? Could this eerie phenomenon be connected to something more ancient? The mountain's baffling symmetry and sacred significance may hold the key to an even greater secret. The mystery of Mount Kyash, also called Kyash Parvat or the Stairway to Heaven, lies in the southwestern region of Tibet. For centuries, this mountain has fascinated people for reasons beyond its geographical significance. One curious aspect is how the number 4 seems to be symbolically connected to Mount Kyash. For starters, 4 major religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Bon, regard it as a sacred site, but that's just the beginning. From Mount Kyash, 4 major rivers flow in the directions of the 4 cardinal points: the Indus River to the north, the Sutlej to the west, the Brahmaputra to the east, and the Karnali to the south. Yet the peculiarities don't end there. Unlike many mountains, some believe its shape appears unusually structured. While it's not the only mountain with a pyramid-like form, Others include Pyramid Mountain in Alberta, Alpamea in Peru, and Musala Peak in Bulgaria. Mount Kyash stands out for its seemingly symmetrical slopes, which align closely with the cardinal directions. Some observers have noted that its sides appear almost unnaturally straight, sparking curiosity about whether its formation was influenced by unique geological processes. Adding to the intrigue, each of the mountain's four faces is traditionally associated with different colors. The north face is said to appear golden. The south face has been described as resembling lapis lazuli. The east face is crystalline, and the west face is a deep red hue. Even the snow distribution is unusual. Historically, the northern slopes of Mount Kyash have been observed to have significantly less snow than the southern side, a phenomenon that is relatively rare in mountain formations. And yet, the mountain's sacred status isn't the only thing that makes it stand out. Strange natural anomalies surround Kyash, making it one of the most baffling locations on Earth. Before exploring, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel so much, and if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Now, this might not seem strange at first until you remember that in the northern hemisphere, the south side of a mountain typically gets more sunlight than the north. Naturally, this means the north face should have more snow since it receives less sunlight. However, reports suggest that Mount Kyash appears to defy this logic. Observations indicate that its northern slope has surprisingly little snow, while the southern side, despite getting more sunlight, is said to be covered in glaciers and snowfall all year round. As if that weren't odd enough, some climbers claim that Mount Kyash is also home to an unusual magnetic disturbance. Normally, using a compass is straightforward. The Earth's magnetic field operates like a bar magnet, with clear north and south poles. But according to reports from mountaineers, compasses on Mount Kyash sometimes stop working entirely, with the needles spinning erratically and refusing to point north. And then there's the mountain's vegetation, or rather the lack of it. Unlike most mountains, which have at least some plant life growing in their crevices, Mount Kyash is often described as completely barren. Accounts suggest that not a single tree, shrub, or even a blade of grass grows there. If the mountain's unusual snow distribution and magnetic disturbances weren't strange enough, symbols embedded in its surface add an entirely new layer to the mystery. Now, here's where it gets even more intriguing. On the mountain's south face, there's an unusual pattern, one that some say resembles an ancient sacred symbol. No one knows if it was carved by human hands, or if it's a natural formation. But when the sun sets on this side of the mountain, the shadows created by the vertical ice cracks and horizontal rock layers form a left-facing geometric shape. Interestingly, similar symbols have been regarded as auspicious in various spiritual traditions that consider Mount Kyash sacred. But this isn't the only religious imagery linked to Kyash. Satellite images reveal what appears to be the face of Lord Shiva, a prominent Hindu deity, etched into the mountain surface. Additionally, the snow at the peak forms the shape of Om, a sacred syllable in Hinduism regarded as the most powerful mantra. The mysteries don't stop there. From a geographical perspective, Mount Kyash is sometimes called the navel of the Earth, with some traditions considering it the axis mundi, or world center. Some researchers have noted its unique distance from major landmarks, including Stonehenge and the North and South Poles. Additionally, its height from base to peak exhibits a striking proportional relationship with these distances, adding to the mountain's mystique. But the mountain isn't the only enigma in this region. Just beyond its slopes lie two lakes, with characteristics so opposite that they seem like symbols of cosmic duality. Then there are the two lakes near Kyash, Mansarovar and Rakshastal, which are just as intriguing as the mountain itself. According to geological studies, these two lakes were once a single body of water that split apart due to tectonic activity. On one side you have Mansarovar, a nearly round freshwater lake often compared to the sun. It is the highest freshwater lake in the world and is home to various aquatic life. One fascinating aspect of Mansarovar is that, despite its high altitude, it rarely freezes, even in extreme cold. Additionally, the lake is known for remaining relatively calm in most weather conditions. On the other hand, there is Rakshastal, sometimes called the Demon Lake, which is shaped like a crescent moon. Unlike Mansarovar, this lake is highly saline, lacks aquatic life, and is often turbulent. Some local legends even suggest that its waters have unusual characteristics, such as occasionally receding and returning. Because of its stark contrast to Mansarovar, it is sometimes referred to as the Ghost Lake. And while these lakes hold their mysteries, the mountain itself seems to resist those who approach it, almost as if it doesn't want to be conquered. But for all the strange features of Mount Kyash, none are as unsettling as the experiences of those who've tried to climb it. Beyond the chilling story of the Siberian climbers who reportedly experienced unusual aging effects before their deaths, others have shared accounts of terrifying and unexplained encounters on the mountain. Unless you're a die-hard skeptic, it's difficult to dismiss the possibility that something about Mount Kyash makes reaching its summit an extraordinary challenge. Climbers attempting to conquer Mount Kyash have described puzzling phenomena that seem to defy explanation. Many claim they suddenly find themselves retracing their steps, as if the mountain itself distorts their sense of direction. Others recount being forced back by abrupt and intense blizzards or rainstorms that appear without warning. Some even report experiencing an overwhelming sense of fatigue, leaving them unable to continue their ascent. Colonel Wilson, a seasoned mountaineer, shared his experience of being thwarted by the mountain. He explained, "Just when I discovered an easy path to the summit, heavy snow began to fall, making the ascent impossible." Sergei Sakov, a Russian climber, faced an even more unsettling ordeal. He described his encounter, saying, "When we approached the foot of the mountain, my heart was pounding. I stood before the sacred mountain that few have successfully climbed. I felt overwhelmingly drained and was suddenly struck by the thought that I did not belong there, that I needed to leave immediately. As soon as we began our descent, the sensation vanished." And it's not just humans who have faced difficulties on Kyash. Even technology seems to be affected. Some pilots have reported difficulties flying over the mountain, claiming to encounter unexplained turbulence or mechanical issues that force them to change course. These strange occurrences leave us with more questions than answers. They say no one can climb Mount Kyash because it's sacred, or maybe because it's protecting a secret. If you had the chance, would you risk the climb? Tell us why or why not in the comments. So, what could explain this? Is it just extreme weather? Or could there be a more unearthly reason why climbers are forced back? What explains the mysterious phenomena surrounding Mount Kyash? Two main theories attempt to answer this question, though neither fully accounts for all the mountain's mysteries. The first, known as the Extraterrestrial Theory, or ET theory, suggests that some believe Mount Kyash could be an alien creation or a structure with possible connections to advanced civilizations. This idea is linked to Hindu mythology, which describes gods with physical presence and advanced technology. The Mahabharata, an ancient Hindu epic, contains descriptions of flying vehicles called vimanas, voice-activated weapons, and events that some interpret as resembling modern technology. While these stories are often considered mythological, some theorists speculate they might hint at a deeper history yet to be understood. The Mahabharata also describes floating cities and small crafts descending to Earth, carrying teachers who interacted with humans. Some interpret these descriptions as possible references to extraterrestrial encounters, though others see them as symbolic or religious narratives. Similar themes appear in other cultures. The Paiute people of North America have stories of the Havmusu, a golden-skinned race associated with flying ships and advanced weaponry. While these accounts remain a part of cultural folklore, they share striking similarities with other myths across the world. Could these legends represent a forgotten aspect of history? Or are they purely symbolic stories passed down through generations? Further discussion leads to the Ellora Caves in India, home to the Kailasa Temple, a 3-story monolithic structure dedicated to Lord Shiva. Some believe the temple symbolizes Mount Kyash and find its construction remarkable, as it was carved from 400,000 tons of rock. Historical estimates suggest it would have required immense effort to complete within 18 years. While mainstream archaeology attributes this achievement to skilled craftsmanship, alternative theories speculate on the possible use of advanced nalos techniques. Ancient Sanskrit texts contain descriptions of extraordinary devices, which some interpret as advanced technology. Whether or not one believes in the ET theory, these stories and structures continue to spark curiosity and debate. Could Mount Kyash's mysteries have explanations yet to be uncovered? But extraterrestrials aren't the only explanation. Some believe the answer lies not in advanced beings from the stars, but in divine forces beyond human comprehension. Mount Kyash's unusual features and unexplained phenomena give it immense spiritual significance. It is sacred to 4 major religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Bon, each believing a supernatural being resides within it. Even skeptics struggle to dismiss the mountain's mysteries as mere coincidence. From the face of Lord Shiva reportedly etched into its surface to the Om sound heard near it and the yin-yang-shaped lakes at its base, Kaish defies logic. Mysterious lights are seen above nearby Lake Mansarovar, and a distinctive shadow formation appears on the mountain at certain times of the year. In 1999, a scientific expedition led by Dr. Ernst Mulf reported strange experiences. Dr. Missav recalled hearing eerie sounds from deep within the mountain, including what seemed like a falling stone from its interior. He described gasping sounds at night and concluded Kyash might be an ancient pyramid built by an advanced civilization. He theorized that these beings had mastered subtle energy and saw a connection between Kyash and structures like the pyramids of Giza and Teotihuacan. When mapping the so-called City of Gods, he was surprised to find its layout resembled the structure of DNA molecules. An ancient Tibetan legend speaks of Shambhala, a hidden city beneath Kyash believed to preserve the knowledge of past civilizations. Some accounts suggest this idea attracted interest from various researchers, including during the 1930s. Reports claim that a group of 5 German explorers visited Tibet in 1938, allegedly searching for ancient cultural or historical links. Many legends claim divine beings built the mountain and that only the pure of heart can climb it. Given the mountain's many unexplained phenomena, could a supernatural explanation be the answer? Still thinking about the eerie coincidences surrounding Mount Kyash? We are too. Smash that like button and subscribe because trust me, this is just the beginning. Yet skeptics argue that science can explain these mysteries. Could it all be a mix of rare geological phenomena and human imagination? Scientists have explanations for some of Mount Kyash's mysteries. Its near-perfect pyramidal shape likely formed during the Ice Ages, around 2.5 million years ago, when glaciers carved out valleys and sharp peaks. One strange phenomenon is why Kyash's north face has less snow than the south, despite the south receiving more sunlight. The reason is that the southern side faces the Indian Ocean, receiving moisture from summer monsoons, which bring more snow than the drier north. The claim that planes cannot fly over Kyash due to supernatural forces is misleading. The real issue is Tibet's extreme altitude. The region, known as the roof of the world, stands over 4,000 meters above sea level. While planes can technically fly over Tibet, they usually avoid it due to safety risks. In an emergency, descending quickly is nearly impossible, and oxygen masks provide about 15 to 20 minutes of air. With no safe landing spots, pilots steer clear of the region. Despite scientific explanations, many mysteries remain. One is the reported aging phenomenon, where visitors claim to experience years of aging in a short time. Some suggest Einstein's theory of relativity, which states that time passes slower at lower altitudes. But the difference is too minor to explain such drastic effects. Another mystery is the unusual markings on Kyash. Geologist Kag Singh Valdia proposed that rock formations created depressions filled with ice and snow, forming distinct patterns. However, the shapes appear so precise that some believe natural explanations may not fully account for them. Kyash's twin lakes, Mansarovar and Rakshastal, also behave oddly. Though close together, they act in opposite ways. Rakshastal is endorheic, meaning it has no outlet, causing water to either evaporate or seep into the ground. This makes it appear and disappear unpredictably. Mansarovar, however, drains into Rakshastal, yet the two lakes still exhibit completely different behaviors. If you are hoping to investigate these mysteries yourself, there is a problem. Climbing Mount Kyash has been restricted since 1980, so unless the rules change, we may never know the full truth behind its secret. Despite all the theories, one thing remains certain: Mount Kyash refuses to give up its secrets, and until we can truly explore it, the mystery will only deepen. If you found today's video interesting, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is very important to us. Be sure to check out the next video appearing on your screen. You're sure to love the content we bring. Please leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the latest video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.